it's a rough Monday morning considering the performance of the Pittsburgh Steelers on Sunday.
Yeah, it looked bad on TV, so you was there in person, so I can only imagine. Thank God I wasn't there. But yeah, the Pittsburgh Steelers, especially on the defensive side, this what I expect. This is exactly what's going on. We have been inconsistent throughout the whole year. So I'm tired of being pissed off. I'm tired of being mad. I'm tired of hoping and wishing. I'm tired of reminiscing about how we used to be back in the day. It's not like that anymore. It's not like that on offense. It's not like that on defense. The personalities, the violence that we play with, what we doing that we play with, not what me doing, it's just different, bro. So I'm just kind of immune to it. I ain't really upset no more. Like when Pittsburgh do this to me, man, it's just like, you know what, I kind of figured. So they need to clean house. That's what they need to do, Mark. Pittsburgh needs to clean house. A few on the coaching staff and a few guys who don't want to or don't know how to be a Pittsburgh Steeler. They got to clean the whole house, man. I thought they should have cleaned the house last year, my personal opinion. But now it's just, everything is spreading. The virus didn't spread throughout the whole locker room, and you can just tell. So that's just what it is, man. It was a slow leak, wind up becoming, major damage in the house. And it's just in the way they're acting and the way they playing, this was just, it was soon to come. It just took a couple of years for it to happen. You start looking at the ABs and the offensive linemen talking about Le'Veon Bell. That was our first heads up on what's going on in the locker room. Then you just fast forward a little bit from there, Juju and the TikTok and all that. They was giving us what's really going on in the locker room. They was giving us the me section. This about me, and it's just over the matter of years, 5 or 6 years, this what it became. It's all about me. It's you fast forward to that, then if my offensive lineman didn't hit the ball out of my hand, it wouldn't have been 10 more seconds on the play clock that was running down with the Chase Claypools. They've been giving it to us. We just ain't been paying attention to the signs, because if you just say the organization still is football, you just know how we once was. And this coming from the 70s. And you just think, man, once you go into the building, this is exactly how you're supposed to act. This is what you're supposed to do. I know Pittsburgh can turn things around. They can figure it out. It ain't like that no more, bro. It ain't like that no more. So I don't even be disappointed no more, Mark. I just be looking at the situation like, until they clean house, man. Until they clean house. How talking to a former teammate of mine, man, how you just you got millions sitting in front of you. But you rather take it like you can be a generational game changer in your family. But you worrying about the wrong thing. You worrying about followers and all that good stuff. Somebody ready to sign you a check. All you gotta do is stay in shape and make a few plays on the field. Somebody ready to give you a $50 million check. But you so worried about who likes you off the field instead of on the field. They only like you because you're on the field. For real. So you might as well just get all the bread you can get. But how the Pittsburgh Steelers doing for these last couple of years, they've been giving us a sign. They've been telling us the locker room has been torn apart. They've been showing us it ain't what the old Pittsburgh Steelers used to be. They've been showing us, man, there's more me than we. They've been showing us. We just couldn't believe it. Just out of all the traditional players and, just hearing the stories on how it used to be, we thought in our head, nah, not the Pittsburgh Steelers. Yeah, it's them. It's them.
Ike, I'm glad you could save that thunder for this podcast this morning. Very heartfelt analysis there. And Ike, even if the Steelers snuck into the playoffs, I look at it from this perspective. It's coming from a player that you just heard from that played for the team for 12 years. You were in that locker room. You understand what the culture is as an organization traditionally. even if the Steelers made the playoffs and won their final 2 games, they'd need to get some help and everything too. Good luck with, like, if you saw yesterday, if yesterday's performance was any indication, you're not going to do anything once you're there. So what are we talking about? Because from day one, Ike, since I've known you, when we started this show in October of 2019, playoffs, like, at the end of the day, who cares? You're measured by how and whether you can hoist the Lombardi at the end of the season if you're a member of the Pittsburgh Steelers organization. This team's nowhere close. Even if you snuck in, even if you avoided Mike Tomlin's first losing season and he's in year 15, even if you did those things, you're not going to win a Super Bowl with this roster the way that it's constructed right now. It's a myriad of problems. Mike Tomlin even said it in the post game yesterday. So it's not just one thing. It's a lot of the same things we've talked about all season long, Ike. When you're talking about me and we, that's a cultural thing. And the thing that's amazing about that is if you flip the M upside down and you go from me to we, the M turns into a W and you win games and you're at least competitive. Right. When you were talking about at one point yesterday, it was the largest deficit Big Ben had faced in his career. We're talking about a Steelers team that's been historically bad. 5 consecutive games without a first half touchdown. That hasn't been done since 1940, Ike. So, hearing this from you, and I could list you, I've got a ton of other stats I could point to, Ike, on today's show, but those 2 things to me were an indication of what you're talking about. Culturally, the Steelers will need to sort out in the offseason.